from the CTV studios in Byward Market.
So awesome.
Your telethon hosts from CTV News, Graham Richardson and Patricia Bull.
Welcome back. It is the last hour, the big hour, of course, 6 o'clock of the CHEO Telethon.
Yes, a very busy 60 minutes ahead into the final stretch here. We want those phones to ring. People continue to donate, and very happy to have joining us now President and CEO of the CHEO Foundation, Steve Reed. This is a big day. You've done a couple now. How are you feeling today?
Oh, this is a great day. This is just such a wonderful opportunity for us to recognize and acknowledge and thank all the wonderful support we get from the community all year long.
What I always like about this is the, obviously the LCBOs, the Walmarts, the Costco, I know is coming later, but the smaller little things that add up to big things, it speaks to something about this institution and this region.
Well, we live in a great community, don't we? All day long we've seen some of the small businesses, large businesses, school groups, service clubs, all kinds of folks that are, these are the folks that are putting on golf tournaments and galas and backyard barbecues and supporting us in whatever way they can over the course of the year.
And some of those dollars have already gone to do some really fabulous things at CHEO. There's been some innovations in labs and equipment and whatnot over these last couple of years.
You know, when people come through the doors looking for care and treatment, there's just about every aspect of that care and every aspect of their treatment that is either funded by or enhanced by the community support. You know, our minds often go to equipment, and we heard earlier how equipment is not funded by the province, so the community is helping us buy the specialized pediatric equipment that we need so badly. But there's also so many of the great programs, the things that make CHEO, you know, go from an okay hospital to a great hospital. And we hear about Child Life and the therapeutic clowning and music therapy and all those programs that are helping families get through their medical journey, all fully funded by the community.
And just take a look at that one of those, the music therapy, a huge part of my life when I was younger, and the fact that you can introduce that or continue that for someone, for a child at CHEO, will have demonstrable impacts on their health, for sure. We know that.
Well, exactly, and those are the things that you know, the clinicians are coming to us saying, here's another way we can help if we can get support from the community, and thankfully, as we've seen all day long today, that's exactly what we get.
There's the programs, there's equipment, and there's these families that we get to meet, that we feel so privileged to meet, whether at CHEO, here in studio today. In your role, you get a chance to meet a lot of really incredible kids and families. Any particular family you want to mention today who's really inspired you or whose story has really resonated?
We see so many great families, and you know, and we're so grateful to all of them for helping share their story. I mean, it's how we are able to demonstrate to everyone the impact of community support. But certainly, I think the one for me is the one we just saw with Pablo. I mean, he's such a brave guy to come forward for his own sake. But as I said to him off camera, you know, because of his courage and his bravery, others will come forward, others will get care, and thanks to him, he's touching people that he doesn't even know.
And it's never easy to talk about that at any age, particularly at that age. To speak publicly like that is just extraordinary. We've spent a fair amount of time here at the desk talking about post-pandemic. Take us back to those in the middle of it. How concerned were you about this kind of engagement for the foundation, but also the long-term impacts on whether it's funding, whether it's treatment, whatever it is, when the pandemic was fully on?
Well, like everybody, we didn't know what we're getting into. Back in March 2020, when everything seemed to be shutting down, we also had to think about, you know, what kind of impact is this going to have on the various sources of revenue and community fundraising that we were counting on and the kids rely on. Thankfully, our community just did an outstanding job of finding new ways. A lot of things went virtual, a lot of things just changed their delivery, but we didn't see any reduction in the support we received from the community. In fact, it went up, and it needed to because of all the extra concerns that people had around the kids in the pandemic.
And that's thanks in large part to the CHEO Foundation. There's CHEO and there's the foundation, which helps to bring in those dollars, and an incredible team that you head up at the foundation.
I'm so proud of the team. Everything that we do is to support CHEO and Roger Nielsen House and the Research Institute, of course, and thankfully we all work very well together, and as needs arise, we can sit down and work together to figure out the best way to support it. And a lot of the stories you're hearing today from the families that have had a good experience at CHEO are because of the support that the community's been able to provide for us.
And it's going to be quite a future, right? Alex came on talking about the growth in children, in the population of children, demands, and an ear of government in a way that all hospitals have not had pre-pandemic. It's going to be an extraordinary time.
It's, all this support and all this, the experiences that people are sharing, we want to do that for more. And the biggest challenge we have right now is that we are undersized. We are trying to grow the capacity of the hospital so that we can serve more kids in a more timely way. But you're right, that's the challenge ahead of us in the next little while, is just becoming bigger and growing our programs, our staff, our infrastructure, our physical facilities so that we can serve more kids.
Great to have you here.
You're going to stick around for the next hour. Speaking of growing, we're going to see what happens with the tote board. So thank you so much for being here, Steve.
My pleasure.
We are going to go now to Leanne, who is helping bring in those dollars. She has another wonderful group and another wonderful check presentation. Leanne.
Sweet Maddie Otto passed away at Roger Nielsen House 2 days after being diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor. That was back in 2007. Maddie was 5. Since then, Maddie's mom and dad, Janine and Dean Otto, have been giving back. And you started that right away, Janine and Dean. So many people would think it was so tragic, it was so sudden and so traumatic. Yet you instantly went into give mode. Tell us how that all came to be.
Well, it came up with a plan, and we just ran with it. We always wanted to give back for children. We just didn't know how or what to do. And then once our friends suggested we do a gala, we kind of looked at each other and said, sure, we'll try it, and it's been 14 years.
But we had also done the walk, roll, and runs and
too,
things like that. That was straight after, but that was just we got an email asking if we wanted to participate in the walk, roll, and run, and we figured why not. Got a few of our friends together and had the biggest team in history, so.
And you've been rocking and rolling and running and galaing ever since. And I guess the gala is such a beautiful way to keep Maddie's memory alive. Was she a little girl who loved to party?
She was a little girl with spunk and tenacity. She loved to go to Halloween parties, especially because she loved to dress up in Superman costumes.
And she was always on a stage and always putting on a show and all that. So, I honestly do feel she's looking down and she's pretty proud.
So very appropriate, and we cannot thank you enough. You have been tireless and generous and gracious and graceful. This year's gala, Maddie's gala, has raised how much?
Yes, we are so excited to donate this amazing total.
We are so thrilled to receive this amazing total. Janine and Dean, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On average, 90 kids are diagnosed with cancer each year at CHEO. The journey's never easy for the child or the family. On New Year's Eve, the early morning hours of December 31st, 2021, Samantha and Fatty's daughter, Bella, diagnosed with high-risk pre-B cell acute lymphoblastic leukemia. That's a mouthful. They join us now to talk about their cancer journey, and Bella is here. And first of all, how's she doing?
She's doing much better. She's in remission right now, which is really great.
Wonderful to hear.
Thank you.
We were just talking before, and we've got a moving 3-year-old, which is totally fine. We were just talking earlier about that moment on New Year's Eve when you got that. What do you think about that now? Like, is it a blur, or is it talk? If you can talk a bit about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I'll ever forget that moment. It's easier to talk about it now than it was at the time. It was a complete shock, absolute shock for me. I just remember being in the room, and it was in the middle of COVID, didn't expect it, and then just got just heard the words, it's leukemia, and it was.
Yeah.
Everything kind of just stopped.
I bet. And was there a time when you moved past that, or do you have a moment that is in your mind when things turned for the better?
It was within the first month of her treatment. It turned for the better when after her test she was in remission. They told us she was okay after the really intense phase of treatment.
Yeah.
The first month.
Yeah, and I appreciate everything's relative when you're still dealing with leukemia, and I'm asking you,
Yeah.
when were things okay? But obviously, I guess when you moved past that sort of those dark moments when you first were hit with that freight train and that diagnosis. Talk a bit about the treatment and about what it's been like at CHEO for you and your family.
So CHEO has been amazing. Like from the second she was diagnosed, it was almost as if my husband and I were just like watching, and they were just go, 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 like right away. It was instant treatment, instant care, instant support for our family. We had a team within days. So they were really, really great. And that helped us so much.
And remission now. What are your hopes for the future? Obviously, just like any parent, right?
Honestly, I'm so grateful. We're so lucky and blessed to have had this outcome, and I just hope that she gets to live a long, healthy life, and that we don't have to kind of go through this again. You know, as a parent, you're living your worst nightmare, but this has been just a great outcome for Bella, and we're so happy.
And here she is climbing all over the furniture, which is just great. It's great to see. And we're happy to have you with us. And thanks so much for telling us about your story. Bella, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right,
Good
let's head to Matt with another miracle match in the final hour of the CHEO Telethon.
This miracle match is sponsored by C&M Electric.
Nice job, Bella. Wonderful stuff. Okay, we have. I think we have a little tune. Do we have a little tune? Because there's a theme to this next miracle match. Do we have it? No, it's okay. It's electric, 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 No, okay, we're going to leave it alone. We'll play the song for you at some point if we do. Yes, C&M Electric has us grooving here at the CHEO Telethon. A big congratulations to C&M Electric, celebrating 60 years of service, a leading electrical contractor for Eastern Ontario and Western Quebec. C&M Electric prides itself on their commitment to our customers and their commitment to CHEO. Once again, they have decided to support the CHEO Telethon with this matching gift, $10,000 miracle match. $5,000 miracle match. Getting ahead of myself, I don't want to do that. Start the clock right now, shall we, Director Marlene, because we are into our last few miracle matches. If you've tuned in here and there throughout the day, if you've been kind of deciding if I have a couple of dollars, now is the time to do it. We have a few more coming up. We're going to have this last big surge from everyone, but give that number on your screen and call right now, 613-730-CHEO, 613-730-2436. That is the number to call right now because we're matching your donations right up to $5,000. Okay, we're at the top of the 6 o'clock hour. Thank you for tuning in if you're here already. If you don't know how a miracle match works, here's what happens. If you donate $10 here, in the next 2 minutes and 22 seconds, it becomes $20. If you donate $50, it becomes $100. $250 becomes $500, and so on and so forth, all the way up until we match $5,000. $5,000, $5,000, that's $10,000 in 3 minutes for CHEO, thanks to your help right now. So, what are you waiting for? Get on the phone and pick up and call us right now. Florence, how much time do we have left?
Only 2 minutes left of this miracle match. Call now.
And this is crazy, but here's my number. Right there's on the screen, so call us maybe. Like right now, like don't wait, please. Because we need to get them on the phone. There's a little bit of singing. We talked about singing earlier. How about that? Wonderful stuff. We have all sorts of people working the phones here in our virtual phone bank, presented by RBC. Now is the time to call. We just had Bella on. She is adorable and she's doing great. But did you know, CHEO is caring for about 500 oncology cancer patients. So oncology patients dealing with a cancer diagnosis, that's possible at one time. Sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more, but that's the amount of kids that are just dealing with a cancer diagnosis on top of everything else that CHEO is dealing with. So you can help them, and your dollars are vital to their care. We're gonna have more on that in a little bit too. One of the programs that your dollars are directly funding and helping right now. How much time do we have left right now, Isaac?
One more minute to call. One more minute to call.
One more minute. 1 more minute to call. Even Isaac's yelling at you right now. Right now. He's even stomping his foot at you. Did you see the foot stomp? Please, let's call right now. It's time. It's time. You've waited all day. How about a couple more donations, couple shout outs. Amelia Vi donating $100. 10 years old, donating all the money she made during her garage sale yesterday. Come on. Amelia, that's amazing. She was a preemie. CHEO saved her life. Wonderful stuff. How about from John Claremont, too, donating $1,500. A home inspector in our region wants to challenge other home inspection companies to donate, too. So how about someone, we have a preemie. She's now 10 years old, and she's doing wonderfully. She's donating $100 she's made at a garage sale. If she can do that, you can donate $10 right now. Get it in. Sneak it in right now. C&M Electric, appreciate your support. We're going to have more shortly. Graham and Patricia.
Another great one.
Still standing, still stomping?
Still stomping.
Okay.
Still stomping.
I was really lucky this year to get a chance to participate in 24-hour Tremblant. It's an amazing event. Steve was there.
I was.
It was wonderful, and I want to shout out Miley, the little girl that I was paired with. And they, of course, are donating big money to CHEO this year. Leanne is standing by with them.
Thank you. Now to a 24-hour event that makes a difference. 365 days a year for the children at CHEO and the staff there. Simon Saint-Arnaud is the executive producer of 24-hour Tremblant. It is always so lovely to have you with us, Simon. What an event you had in 2022.
Absolutely. What a pleasure to be here again. 2022 was record-breaking at all levels. 4,500 participants. A record-breaking year fundraising campaign at $5.9 million. I want to thank the teams in Ottawa community because they participated, they supported the campaign, and that's because of all of our participant base that were able to announce an amazing contribution to the CHEO, and specifically the pediatric oncology department, of an amount of $885,000 as the result of our success for the last edition. So very happy about that, very pleased, and I want to thank everybody involved.
Everyone is very, very happy about that. Simon, un grand merci. Thank you so, so much. I'm going to blow you 885,000 kisses.
And
we look
see you
forward
in 2023 because
bet.
everybody's lined up for another amazing edition, December 8th, 9th, and 10th of December. See
You are
there.
amazing. We are so
Bye.
very grateful, overwhelmed, in fact.
We knew it was huge. Wow.
Yeah. It's really big, and this year we had really good weather, right? The year before they had to shut the hill down a little bit because of freezing rain. This year was good.
It was very good this year.
And that number is contributing to a brand new number. Let's have a look at our total so far.
Wow, we are right up there. Oh, sailing past. It is the $6 million moment.
We are over $6 million with lots of time left, so please give us a call, go online and donate. There is still time. Amazing.
A couple of $6 million men here beside me. All right, we are going to keep going here.
Yes, and at any given time, CHEO is involved in the care of more than 500 children affected by cancer.
And each child receiving personalized care. Here's Katie Griffin now with more on this. Katie.
Thank you very much. The number of children diagnosed with cancer each year has risen from an average of 75 to 90. Joining us now is the Director of Hematology and Oncology at CHEO, Shanika Abraham. Thank you very much for being here. It's so very important to have a place like CHEO when that diagnosis comes, and there are a number of different treatment options, but those would be unique to each child, right?
Yeah, so it's definitely a challenging journey for families. Our team is ready to be here and support them. We have a great multidisciplinary team, social workers, nurses, physicians, and research staff who really do look at every individual patient and figure out what they need and how we can best support the family through that. Typical isn't, it's definitely not a typical journey for families, but in terms of treatment, we have years of research and practice that help us identify what is needed for each child. And so sometimes that could be chemotherapy, sometimes that's radiation or surgery, and really it is individualized to the youth and child and what they need.
You mentioned that large team at CHEO, and that's so critical, not just to help them through the medical care, but this is a life-changing diagnosis. They're spending so much time in the hospital. How important is it for the children and for their families that all of those supports are there for their physical and mental health too?
Absolutely. We have a great team that provides that support, whether it's volunteers and our child life specialists, creating some fun activities for them to do while they're here. It's really challenging to cope with receiving medical care. And so our child life specialists really help them and support them through that journey. For mental health, we have donor-supported psychologists that are with us, that work with us. They provide really excellent supports, but we hear from our families that it's not quite meeting the need. We need more. We need more support when it comes to finding the right access to care, mental health care in particular, for not only the child and youth, but also their family, for siblings that are going through this. So it's definitely an area that we want to improve on. We have lots of equipment and other things that have been supported really through donors that have really made a big difference, whether it's equipment so they can receive care at home, our child life specialists that I mentioned. We have a massage therapy program that was donor supported that's really helped children while they cope with treatment. A lot of opportunity to really support them through this journey.
And you touched on those critical donor dollars. They also go to researching pediatric cancers. How vital is that?
Yeah, it's extremely important. Really, all our protocols are driven by the research that's been done. We work closely with our research colleagues to research the treatments that are available and how to support kids through that journey and sometimes relapse, which unfortunately in some circumstances is reality. So the donor support of our research is critical.
Shanika Abraham, thank you for your time today. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Katie. Well, immunotherapy has changed the landscape of cancer therapies.
Kid reporter Ella looks into immunotherapy research at CHEO.
Hello, Ella. I'm Zakia. I'm a research scientist here at CHEO.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Can you tell me about the research you do here? What is immunotherapy and how does it work?
I study the human immune system. So what we do, we use human cells and we try to understand how they work and how they kill cancer cells. I understood that you had recently cancer.
Yeah, so I was diagnosed in March of 2020 at the age of 11 with stage 1 ovarian dysgerminoma.
Okay.
And then I was diagnosed a second time with stage 3 ovarian dysgerminoma at age 13.
So what sort of treatment have you had recently?
The first time it was just surgery needed and nothing else. And then the second time it was surgery and 3 rounds of 3 different drugs of chemo.
Okay, and how do you feel now?
Much better.
So do you want to go and visit a little bit the lab and see where we work? And by the way, have you been sick while using chemotherapy?
Yeah, well, I had my treatment. I was admitted each time with febrile neutropenia, but that's a normal side effect with chemo, and I just felt sick and tired the entire time. What benefit does this kind of therapy provide to patients?
So immunotherapy is quite safer compared to other sorts of treatments because, again, it's the use of natural components of the immune system, so no drugs.
So I lost my hair about 10 days after treatment started, and I was faced with extreme fatigue and sickness, and I had C. diff 2 times.
So yeah, the advantage of using immunotherapy is that it hurts less our body. So it makes us much less sick than using radiation therapy or chemotherapy. Because unlike to those treatments, immunotherapy targets mainly the cancer cells, while it spares the healthy cells. And that's why patients are much less sick with immunotherapy. So this is really the most important advantage of using immunotherapy.
Great stories.
Excellent stories. Matt has been eating, keeping his energy up as we go back to him for another miracle match.
He needs it.
This miracle match is sponsored by Arnon.
Oh, that sauce, so good. Yeah, thank you, Grandma Patricia. Arnon Corporation has been a long-standing supporter of CHEO. The late Arnie Vered was a community champion recognized for his business acumen and his philanthropic work. The Vered family continues his legacy by supporting CHEO. His wife, Liz, joins us now. Liz, talk about what it means to you to continue to support CHEO in this way by sponsoring another miracle match.
Well, I mean, I have 6 kids and now I have grandchildren, so there's always a need for CHEO. They've always done an amazing job and we are happy to support it.
And how special is it for you? Again, you talked about your kids and your grandkids. How special is it for you, and I'm sure with their friends and other family members, to be able to watch today and then again to be able to support us in this way?
Well, I hope they're watching. And as I said, it's always a pleasure for us to support CHEO. I now have a son that's a doctor that's working for the Ottawa Hospital. So, you know, it's just a really important fixture in our community and just something that we are pleased to support.
You know how critical it is. I know you do in all of these years. Thank you, Liz, to your whole family once again for sponsoring us for a miracle match. Okay, let's get things going again, shall we? Right there. Is he having a little conversation? He's whispering. Psst, you have 3 minutes. Start the clock. The teddy bear says to start the clock because it's that time. But you know what? We're not going to whisper. We can't be quiet about this. We have to spread the word in case anybody hasn't been listening. Pick up the phone. Pick it up now. We need you to call us. 613-730-CHEO. 613-730-2436 is the number to call. You see all these people back here in our virtual phone bank? We need to get them busy. Right now, everyone starts calling in. They know the miracle match is coming, and so they jump on the phones and they give us a call right now. That's how vital this is to us at this point. I wanted to have a quick stat for you too. We talk about, again, oncology, the patients that we have. How about CHEO's medical day unit? Because I want to get everyone in here. So, children and teens treated for cancer, blood disorders, kidney disease. Last year, oncologists, hematologists, nephrologists, nurses, dietitians, child life specialists, social workers, others. They facilitated over 11,000 patients and 11,000 appointments. All the appointments that they needed is all thanks to you, that medical day unit. Such a vital part of CHEO, and it's thanks to your dollars right now. Jacob and Olivia, how much time do we have?
Only 2 minutes left. Donate now. Please don't say no to this face.
Olivia playing that card again. We had another one, just like this one. Not this one. Think about Olivia's face. Think about the kids that we've had on here over the course of the day today who are here and who are thriving and doing their best because of the staff and because of everyone at CHEO right now. Now is your time to help. They're matching up to $5,000. Double your donation. 10 becomes 20, 50 becomes 100, all the way through. I'm not allowed to do math. All the smart people have done the math for us, and we're going to talk about that in a couple of minutes too. But now is your chance. The only thing you need to know is it's your chance to help. It's your chance to be able to have an impact on the kids, on the staff, and everyone at CHEO. Right? That's it. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. That's it. Eric, we are approaching how much time left in this miracle match?
Don't get too tired. There's only 1 minute left in this miracle match.
Wow, I don't think I could do that. Here, let's try something else. So Eric flips the tire. Ready? Do you know what everyone else is doing right now? They're hitting it out of the park for CHEO. I missed. Wait, try again. Ready? Yes, hitting it out of the park for CHEO. You're helping do that. We got it. It only took 2 times. That's kind of surprising, but we're not auctioning off. We just are asking for you to support us. 613-730-CHEO. 613-730-2436. This feels kind of dangerous. I'm going to put that back down. Okay, because we're running around and the time is running out on you right now. We do have a couple more miracle matches, but don't wait. You have 30 seconds left. Call in now. And I mentioned it earlier. If you have already called in, supported us in any way, thank you so much. But you know what we need to do now? Call your friends. Call your family. Just doesn't matter who it is, right? Pick up your phone, search someone or just the first person you see in your contact list, text them and be like, hey, have you supported CHEO today? Because time's running out in the whole telethon, not just this miracle match. We're getting, we almost have half an hour left and that's it. That's it. It goes by so fast. But again, we appreciate it so much. Thank you again to the Ardon Group for supporting us once again this year. Graham and Patricia.
Another awesome miracle match from Matt.
Thanks to our big hitter right there. Yeah.
The big hitter, yes. Yeah. Let's go back to CHEO.
And get a behind-the-scenes look now at one of the busiest clinics at the hospital.
Thankfully, the majority of kids we see in orthopedic surgery have injuries that can be adequately treated without surgery. So probably the most common way that we treat new injuries like fractures is going to be with a technique that's existed for quite literally millennia, so for thousands of years, which is casting and bracing. That about 50% of all kids will end up having a fracture at some point. So here at CHEO, we see a little over 17,000 patient visits per year down here in clinic. We probably know about 50% of the kids in our community as well as 50% of the adults who came through here when they were kids. All right, so the only thing more fun than having a cast put on is having the cast taken off.
Okay, this looks scary.
Now, we use a special tool here called a cast saw. There are various different designs, but the really nice thing about them is that they are designed to cut the cast and not skin.
Oh, wow. That feels so cool.
Vibrates a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll do this side. There's your arm.
Oh, wow.
And you can keep that.
Oh, thank you. That was seriously amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh, awesome. I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
Well, over the years, we have met some very special friends and some very heroic children, of course, at CHEO.
And right now, we want to take a moment to remember them. the most difficult part of telethon, obviously.
Beautiful faces, very powerful, and we want to move on now and continue to bring in some dollars for the good work at CHEO. We're going to go back now to Matt Scooby.
This Miracle Match is sponsored by TD Bank.
Well, TD Bank Group is a longstanding CHEO partner. TD enriches our communities by contributing to children's hospitals across Canada. TD invites you to donate and support CHEO through this Miracle Match, donations supporting your local children's hospital. There are many of them too. Let's go ahead and we're going to start it here. Asher is here to help us once again at this point. Let's start that clock, shall we? 3 minutes right now. Let's go on our second last Miracle Match. That's the hardest part of the telethon, but we do never ever forget all of the kids that have been through CHEO, all the families that are there, and now is your chance to support them. This is where you can make a difference. We've been talking about it the entirety of the show. In case you're just joining us, TD is matching donations up to $10,000 for the next 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Have your impact, have your say. This is how you can help it. And again, no donation is too small to be able to help the kids, the staff, and everyone at CHEO here over the course of the next few minutes. We are approaching the end of the telethon right now. Everyone's getting a little bit tired, right? Someone's sleeping on the job again. Do you have anything to say over there, Asher Scooby? No, nothing? Yeah, just going to stick his tongue out at me. That's fine. But up to $10,000, 613-730-CHEO, 613-730-2436. The number to call, toll free is there too, because right now, you're almost out of time. I know I've been saying it all day. I'm not trying to make you panic or anything, but literally almost out of time. Avia, Natasha, how much time do we have left?
2 minutes left in this Miracle Match.
Pick up the phone and call now.
Pick it up. That one right there. See? That one right there. It's as easy. Yes, hello. Yes, I'd like to speak and I'd like to make a donation to CHEO. Make these people work, all of them right here, because look at this. You know what was great? I've seen them on the phone all day long. We cannot thank our volunteers enough. If you've been in the phone bank, everyone from the CHEO Foundation, everyone who's helped make the show a possibility, we'll thank them in a bit too. But all the volunteers are vital to helping today happen. It does not happen. We don't help all the kids with CHEO, but we also need your help. TD is helping right now by sponsoring this $10,000 donation. In case you've missed it, once again, $10 becomes $20 right now. $25 becomes $50. $50 becomes $100. That's very simple, very straightforward math. Hopefully you can follow that. Sometimes we can follow that. For the most part, we can, but we need you to help right now. Pick up your phone, give us a call, and again, no donation is too small. I can't say that enough times. I know things are tough and it's been very difficult and it's been a very long day for you, for us, but we, at the end of the day, we're helping all these kids. Caden, how much time
left in this Miracle Match? Don't miss your chance to make a difference. Call now.
Caden's got CHEO Bear. We have CHEO Bears everywhere who are all be like, let's go, it's time. This one's going to talk louder because you know what? Do you know that, Graham Richardson? Is that how the Bears talk? Is this what they sound like over here? That's okay, because that's what we need to do. The bigger ones have big, deeper voices, right? That's okay. But for now, look at the time. How much time? We've less than 30 seconds, almost 30 seconds left right now, at least at this point. This is it, right? We are in we are in the last few minutes. If your time is running out, at least at this point, it's been a beautiful day. I hope you've enjoyed dinner right now. If you're watching us on dinner, encourage everyone around the table, pick up your phone, jump on the website. You may have seen too the CHEO, our QR code that's been on there so far today, but TD Bank is still doubling your donations. I'm trying to get it all out in time because I still have so much to say, even though we've been doing them all day today. Right now, it's this time. It's time to go. Go time. Here we go, 5 seconds. Sneak one more in. And if you're not gonna get in there, we have one more left to do. One more with a couple big presentations, and our final total is coming soon. Stay tuned. Grandma Patricia.
Awesome. Go drink some water, Matt.
Fantastic.
We're down to the final half hour. CHEO President and CEO Alex Munter joins us once again.
And we'll talk more about that in just a few moments. But a big one, of course, is the CN cycle for CHEO. And Leanne Cusack has a big presentation.
For 16 years, CN Rail has been key to the care for the children at CHEO. Melissa Cotton is the Senior Manager of Government Affairs for CN Rail and joins us now. Lovely to see you, Melissa.
You as well. Thank you for having me.
CN Cycle, such a signature event, so meaningful. Please tell us what you have done yet again.
Well, we're just so thrilled and so proud this year to be seeing over $13 million raised over the course of the 16 years that CN has partnered with CHEO, the CHEO Foundation, for the CN Cycle for CHEO. Just an amazing opportunity to bring everybody together at the beginning of the summer, and we just can't think of a better way
And of course, you are focusing on children living with cancer. It is such a magical event. You bring together so many families, so many people come out with great enthusiasm, and I am incredibly enthusiastic because I had a peek at the total raised. Please share, Melissa, with our viewers what CN Cycle for CHEO has done for CHEO.
So this year, the CN Cycle for CHEO has raised over $1.8 million for cancer research and support for children living with cancer in our community.
That is just incredible. Thank you so, so very, very much.
And thank you, Ottawa, for all of your support. We appreciate it.
And we are getting close to our last 20 minutes of the telethon here.
CN Cycle for CHEO, such an incredible event.
Massive.
I know you didn't want me to mention that you'd missed it again this year in front of Steve and Alex Munter, but you'll be there next year. Alex, it's wonderful to have you back with us. You've been watching while you were away from the desk. Just a really colorful afternoon, right?
Well, you know, and it always reminds me I have the best job in the city, because all of this inspiration, all of this joy, all of this possibility, I hear about it every single day. It is such an amazing, magical place, CHEO is, and it's thanks to the support of our community.
And we have more magic on the way. This is always a big one, of course. Costco. Who doesn't go and fill the cart up and, you know...
You go in for one thing.
One thing, and you come back with more, and especially a donation for CHEO, which is Costco and their employees, a massive, massive supporter of this hospital for so many years, and Leanne Cusack is standing by.
For more than 3 decades, Costco has been an incredible partner to CHEO. Joining us to explain this beautiful relationship is Anthony Taza. Anthony is the Director of Membership, Credit Card and Services for Costco Canada. It is always so great to see you, and it's not just because you always bring a check that knocks me off of my stool here. How are you, Anthony? Tell us about this year.
I'm doing great. This year was very, very successful. Actually, I just want to shift the background a little bit, just a little nicer background here.
Hi, friends. Nice to see you. Anthony, you always
have... I think it'd be appropriate for us to be here without our team, the team that's so involved in supporting this program, this campaign for so many years. And definitely wanted them to be a part of it.
Oh, we're so happy to see everyone there, and we're so grateful to each and every person there, because it really does take the team to create this total, Anthony.
Absolutely.
Now, you're a dad now, and I understand that CHEO holds a very special place in your heart just over the past year.
Yeah, absolutely. It's we have an almost 3-year-old, and my son had surgery about a year ago at CHEO. And it was just such great connection with the team there. We were so well treated. It definitely being a new dad and having to go through that is very unfortunate. But you know, having the support that we had there, just supported CHEO before that as a supporter. Now being someone who was directly impacted by the great people at CHEO just puts it to a whole new level.
So powerful and personal, and Josh, I understand, is doing so well, and I know that everyone in the background has their own story, their own relationship to the hospital, and it's emotional. And whenever the Costco team is on the telethon, it is emotional, because we are about to reveal this total. I'm electric, Anthony. You?
Yes, absolutely.
I think everyone in the studio is. We want to thank you
thank you
so much for the incredible generosity. Costco, wow, never disappoints.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having us. Time and time again, CHEO is a part of our history. It's a part of our culture, and we'll be here for the long haul. So thank you very much.
Beautifully said. See you, friends.
Thank you.
3.7 million.
That's amazing. We'll buy an MRI for that.
Yeah.
What a partner.
Those employees own that campaign. You cannot walk out of that store without being talked to about CHEO, and they take great pride in that. It's just fantastic.
It is an incredible thing. We have one more miracle match coming at you right now. Matt's going to be standing by for that.
Almost, Patricia. We're just going to check in a quick thing. So, wow, $3.7 million from Costco. And I think that, you know, we're approaching the end of the telethon, but you go through all the different things right now. We can yell and we can carry on as much as we want, but you look at what's happening, whether it's One Door for Care, which is going to be opening here in the next few years, your dollars are supporting that. There's a new universal washroom that just opened at CHEO to be able to do that, treating 450 trans kids that are able to get the support that they need. I can go through the list, the medical day unit, we talk about the clown school for kids to be able to help them when times are toughest. It is across the board, affecting so many different parts of our community in so many different ways. That's really it at this point. It's almost your last chance to call to support us this afternoon. So the number is there on your screen. It will stay there. We'll be back with our final miracle match just ahead. Grandma Patricia.
It's the final 15. 15 minutes left.
Emerick LeBlanc is like any other teenage boy. Between sports and fishing, he was always on the move until suddenly he didn't know if he would ever walk again.
But he is finally finding his freedom once again, all thanks to the doctors at CHEO and a gift from his family. CTV's Colton Prale has his story.
This is Emerick LeBlanc, and like any other 15-year-old, it's next to impossible to keep him off his first set of wheels. Enamored with his newfound independence, this scooter is a chance to find his footing in a world where that's not quite as simple as it seems.
My left leg is shorter than the other one. It's about like 3 centimeters shorter than the other.
It was summer of 2021 when his life turned upside down.
For like 2 weeks, I was in the hospital and I was in a bed and I couldn't move.
Always an active teen, Emerick suddenly found himself sidelined by an inexplicable pain.
Every time after every sport, I couldn't walk after because my leg would hurt too much.
His pain caused by a massive tumor growing inside his leg, the first sign of Emerick's bone cancer, Ewing sarcoma.
You cannot imagine something like that happening to your child. It's the toughest thing I ever had to go through.
For 8 months, Emerick's life was a whirlwind of hospital visits. 62 days of chemotherapy, 54 nights in hospital, and 25 radiotherapy treatments shrinking the tumor before a life-altering 14-hour surgery to remove the cancer and part of his pelvis.
The pelvis, for example, is a very difficult site. What we want is for that tumor to be removed with nice clear margins, and that's much more difficult to do in the pelvis than, say, an arm or a leg.
And to do all that requires a very big team. And that is where CHEO shines.
I think the families feel that when they come, that they're coming into a family, maybe not a family they wanted to be part of, but they do feel supported in all aspects of their care.
For 2 weeks, he was bedridden. And while his family worried their son might never be the same, Emerick was determined.
On my phone, I have a picture of a screenshot that I took off the internet, and it's saying that you can ride a scooter after the 15th of March, and I circled it. I told myself that day I will be able to walk, and I will take my scooter out for a ride.
Good job, buddy. From his first wobbly steps,
Yeah, much better.
to strides across the hospital.
You got it, sir.
Every day I would tell the physio to come because I wanted to walk. And every day I wanted to do more and do more and do more and do more. And I don't really know what pushed me. I just wanted to walk.
Emerick's positive attitude driving a recovery that shocked even some of the country's best doctors.
I didn't tell myself, like, it's gonna be good after. I told myself that it's good right now, and it is what it is, and life is life, and you have to do what you gotta do.
We've been very pleasantly surprised at how well Emerick has done. Really, he's gone beyond my best case scenario. So he's been a real inspiration.
Now, months later, he's finding his feet, albeit in slightly different places.
I have some things in my shoe to make them equal. I have these two, this, and the thing you Velcro on.
Thank you so much. What a journey.
For Emerick and so many others at CHEO, the journey is still far from over. But it's thanks to CHEO the transition was possible.
It's their expertise, like they know what they're talking about, like the medical team and the whole team too. They're expert and they all have their domains, and you have like the social worker to the doctor to the surgeon and all this. And it's also their kindness. They're really kind and they're there for you.
And as Emmerich continues to put one foot in front of the other, he's hoping his story can help drive others to find the same independence.
Don't give up and just keep going. And if you're going through a tough time, life will get better.
And an amazing story that was going to have a really wonderful ending and a really great moment here as Emmerich joins us. But you ended up breaking kind of your ankle, so just as you were about to be able to walk more freely, now you're in a cast.
Yeah, well, the morning my physiotherapist told me like, oh, you can finally walk in school. But like that night at 5, I crashed on my scooter and now I have a broken leg.
Man, your family must just love you. That was pretty amazing though, what we heard about your situation. So you had surgery last July.
Yes.
And you were saying like, because we were talking about pelvises, you basically just have a hole.
Yeah,
right
I
there.
don't have the thing on the side. I don't know the name. I'm not a scientist, but like on the side is just not there. It's just gone.
Incredible, and yet you were making so much progress in how you were able to move, which is absolutely amazing. Yeah, and you talked about not worrying about after, but worrying about right now and finding the good in the moment. How did you come up with such an amazing attitude through all this?
I don't know, just live life. Enjoy the moment. You have to enjoy the moment and just be happy with what you got and everything.
We both had a chance to enjoy the moment at 24-Hour Tremblant.
Oh, yeah.
That was good this year. You weren't able to ski or snowboard. You used to love that before.
Oh, yeah, I used to snowboard, yeah.
Yeah. So what was it like to be there, at least on the hill, and an ambassador for 24-Hour Tremblant?
It was amazing. Oh, I had a lot of fun. There was a bunch of activities. I was the only one on crutches. It was annoying, but I didn't care. I was still going around and going places and meeting new people and having a lot of fun.
I mean, you were probably the coolest kid there, but what is it like to meet other kids who've gone through some tough stuff like you have and have a chance to kind of relate to them? And
I mean, I met one of them. One of them was very cool. I spoke to him not too long ago, and yeah, he was cool. We played a pool once at 24 Heures, and it was very fun. I met a lot of new kids who had cancer too, and I had a lot of fun with them.
I hope the walking improves. Maybe somehow, some way, skiing, snowboarding one day. An absolute pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
Emmerich Leblanc. We are going to go back to Matt, who's got that last miracle match ready to go in just a moment.
This miracle match is sponsored by CHEO grandparents Dave and Ann Trick.
Yes, it is the final one, our final miracle match, courtesy of CHEO grandparents Dave and Ann Trick from the Perth area. They have 9 grandchildren and are grateful that CHEO has been there to provide everything from setting broken bones, like we just heard about, and infant testing to life-saving care for their family in the NICU. They are sponsoring this miracle match and hope to inspire other grandparents to support CHEO. So CHEO bear hugs to Dave and Ann. They're here. They're in our studio. They're not going to say hi right now. But Dave and Ann, we love you. Thank you so much for this. Let's make it a huge one. Start the clock. 3 minutes. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is your final chance to have your donation doubled. Thanks to Dave and Ann Trick, who are here, and CHEO grandparents. We know the impact across the board for families, for everyone in our community right now. It's your final chance to do it. This is going to be our final check on our virtual phone bank too, brought to you by RBC. This is your last chance. Double your donation right now. If you're tuning in for the final part of this, we need your help. Now is the time to be able to do this. If you donate $10, it's going to become $20. If you donate $50, it becomes $100. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. I don't really need to do any yelling anymore. I'm not sure why I am, but that's okay because I'm excited because it's almost the end of the telethon and we want that total to be as big as possible. Right now is the time to donate at this point. Eli, Caleb, and Elias, how much time do we have left?
There's only 2 minutes left. Pick up the phone and call now.
Call right now. Call right now. There's a thing to do. The number's on your screen. I didn't even say it. How did I not do that for the final miracle match. 613-730-CHEO, 613-730-2436, 1-833-88 something, big long, big toll-free number if you're around the region. Call us on that one too, regardless of how you reach us, whether it's online, CHEOTelethon.com, the QR code. There are so many ways. If you've donated in the last couple of weeks, if you've been a sponsor for the last little bit, every dollar, every single dollar counts, because we're going to explain it in just a minute right now, where your dollars are going, how you're helping CHEO. We've had a couple of numbers, we've thrown a few different things at you here and there, but right now is your last final chance for this year. This year's 2023 CHEO Telethon, in order to help us and help the kids, help the staff, and everyone at CHEO, right? David and Trick we're doubling things up to $10,000 at least at this point. Griffin, we are approaching, how much time do we have left?
There's only 1 minute left in this miracle match. Bye! Have a good rest of your day. Hope you enjoy yourselves. Bye!
Bye, Griffin. Thank you so much. He's had great energy all day today. It's been wonderful around the CHEO studios to have everyone back in person. We are loving it. Hopefully you've loved it too. It's your final chance. Right now, we're into the last few minutes. You still have time to get in, right? There's still some people who are taking calls. There's lots more people than this. We've had volunteers all day. We want to thank the volunteers again. Thanks, Joanne Wu, everyone here at CTV Ottawa, all the CHEO Foundation. There's way too many people to name, but I just wanted to sneak that in before we do that, because this telethon doesn't happen without a whole ton of help for months and months and months. But you know what? All it takes doesn't take months for you to help. It takes 15 seconds. And you know how long you have right now? 15 seconds in order to get your phone call in right now to be able to help everyone at CHEO. Up to $10,000 is being donated. That total is big. It's wonderful. It's great stuff. Whew, David and Trick, thank you again, all the CHEO grandparents and the parents out there, for doubling your donation and for helping us out today.
Wow.
Some incredible energy there. Oh my goodness.
Fantastic job, Matt. And we are heading towards several totals today, and we are getting close to that right now.
Yeah, we're going to look back at all of the campaigns over the last year and all the money they brought in, which is something we get a chance to celebrate here today.
Yeah, let's head back to Matt Scooby one more time for a look at the totals. Matt.
Yeah, Graham, we're going to do just something, we're going to get to the final total in just a moment, but we're going to do something just a little bit different this year as we talk about knowing where your dollars are going and everything that's happening right now. So we're going to do some math. Right? I'm not going to do math. Much smarter people than me have done some math right now, that they are really good with numbers. So they're sitting in the back. They've been doing the math all day. So the annual CHEO Telethon is a true celebration. The check presentations seen today reflect the generosity of our community all year long. So lemonade stands, golf tournaments, lots of creative ideas everywhere in between. We are excited to reveal the total of those campaigns that have been donated all year long. So CHEO Bear is here. CHEO Bear, why don't you go ahead and touch that screen for all of our fundraisers this year. Can you do that? Touch the screen for us. We'll reveal how much. And hey, we have, so that's actually from the last couple of weeks, but we have over $8 million too from the last, again, all of those fundraisers that we have. It's been absolutely incredible. So that's actually our 2-week total. So this is actually from the last 2 weeks, how much money we've raised. We've had the telethon campaign going on. It's been some incredible numbers at this point. So CHEO Bear, let's go back and hold on for a second here, because I want to make sure that we get in some of our certain things that we've done. So how about we've supported cancer patients right now. Oncology massage therapy is an incredibly beneficial massage technique that helps meet the needs of fragile children around and youth undergoing cancer treatments right now. Thanks to CHEO support, CHEO has launched a massage therapy program that is offered to all oncology patients, which has been wonderful. How about the ophthalmic lasers? They've become very common in surgical care right now too. Many eye disorders have successfully shown effective and safe results in treating various eye conditions. In the past, CHEO's ophthalmology clinic, needed to borrow and transport laser equipment from other hospitals. They needed to bring it in order to provide patient care. So thanks to donor generosity, CHEO has purchased a new ophthalmology laser, providing children and youth an easier specialty and access to care. How about some critical care ventilators. Seriously ill children who cannot breathe on their own will sometimes need immediate access to critical care, a ventilator to ensure that they get enough oxygen to their brains, to their bodies. Having access to those ventilators paramount in 2022, right, when CHEO's pediatric intensive care unit saw its occupancy rate rise to 270% during this fall's historic viral infection surge, which primarily impacted infants and children under the age of 4. So thanks to donor generosity, just like you, CHEO was able to purchase advanced ventilators for the PICU and neonatal intensive care unit rooms, supporting all sorts of patients. We mentioned the massages, which is great to be able to do that. So there is our year-long campaign total, $11,721. CHEO Bear, advance that once again. And we're going to get to our 2-week total. So go ahead and touch it, CHEO Bear. So our 2-week total, because we've had, go ahead, there we go. They're going to bring it up. $600,000 for the last 2 weeks right now, which is wonderful, right? And a fantastic total. And now we have, again, $11,721,120. We've just talked about all the different things you've been able to do, which is wonderful to be able to do that. We're going to reveal our grand total. That's not it. That's not it. Wonderful stuff. Thank you again to all of our sponsors, W.O. Stinson, Access Storage, Vailcraft, TD Bank, Marathon Underground, Air Canada Foundation for making that online campaign happen. Now, the time has come. The final combined total. We need a hand here. Okay, everyone who's in our studio, CHEO kids, everybody else, let's count down to the final total board. Here we go.
Ready?
8, 7, 8, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There it is. All right. $12,300,000 total, with lots of balloons coming down. Steve, what's going through your mind with a number like that?
Oh my goodness, what do you say other than wow? This is such a heartwarming moment for all of us. Over 12 million in support from the community. Think of what we'll be able to do with that 12 million, and all I can say is thank you to everybody involved.
Wow, yeah, just an absolutely incredible day, capping off an incredible year for donations for some of the really, really important, vital work that doesn't get any easier, Alex.
Yeah.
But this helps.
And on behalf of everyone at CHEO, every doctor, every nurse, every staff member, every researcher, this is it's amazing. You know, 10 years ago it was $6.7 million. So this is just the surge of support for the community. We have a growing number of children. We have increased demand. And this help and support from the community means everything to us.
You and I talked about this before air. This is probably your 12th telethon. And you've seen the growth, number one, in the demand, as you talk about, population, but also the generosity. The public's responded in a massive way.
You know, CHEO is this community's hospital, and this telethon is the expression of that, and we're so grateful, so grateful.
We just had that fabulous interview with Emeric LeBlanc, who was so absolutely amazing over there. So tough what he and so many of these other kids have had to go through, and you were saying, you know, childhood cancer, that incident on the rise. There's
Childhood
so
cancer incidents, like the incidents of many illnesses, are on the rise. So we have more disease and we have more kids, so we need more help. And today we got more help, and so it's a great day.
It means Steve has to keep working.
Yes, that's right. That's right. And the other thing that is striking about this year, whether it's the barbecue or the number of people we have here, is moving past what we've faced in the last few years, where, as you talk about, you didn't know what you could do, right?
Right, and this is showing us, as the last few have as well, that the community has been behind us all through the pandemic, and it's just so heartwarming to see this result, and we can't thank everyone enough.
This is an incredible view that we have here in the studio. I don't know how much you can see of what we're seeing right now. Balloons, kids, families, all the supporters. It has been an incredible day post-pandemic to be back together in studio to celebrate this wonderful hospital that we are so fortunate to have. We want to thank all of you for your partner.
And listening to so many of these kids saying, we just have to roll with it because we have no choice. And then to see people respond to those kids, it is just a fantastic way to wrap up another fantastic telethon. Thanks to everybody. One more round of applause. Way to go, Ottawa.
Thank you very, very much. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks, Alex. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can we get a
Well done, everybody.
Try and get a selfie of all of us.
Yes.
Sure.
With that background, if we can. Oh. No, I'm not gonna be able to do that, am I? No, that's impossible. We're too far.
Here, you know what? I might be able to do it.
Yeah, do you have a special way?
Go down the aisle.
I'll get a picture.
There we go.
All right.
Perfect. That's great, Alex.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Bring everybody in.
Are we
Yeah,
taking a big
everybody in.
picture here?
Sean, do an interview.
Okay.
Sean needs an interview.